I was thinking, what should I do? Because it's still like a war in Ukraine. So what should I do? Should I go back or should I stay here? And like it's kind of difficult here, but I like it. So it was kind of like a storm, and I understood that I have to forget my previous life there because I have to start my life here. If you're working here is an international model, you of course working every day and you are not choosing your jobs. Agency choosing for you. And you can't say no, basically, usually. You have to have a big reason to say no for a job, even if you don't like this job. This is my most favorite part in our life. Like this duality thing that something can be cute but it is at the same time, as you said, edgy. So I like this duality thing and I want to show this to other people also. So you don't have to be like just one particular, like maybe style or image or something. So you can add just a little spice to everything.
Welcome back, guys, to the Kotodama podcast. We are now on episode 5, and the guest I have with me today, she's from the Ukraine. She's a Ukrainian artist, a model in Japan. I would say a visual artist. She's an entrepreneur. She's also doing immersive art, social media, and cosplaying and all that stuff. And welcome to the Kotodama podcast, Tamara. Yay!
Hello, thank you for inviting me. Excited to talk about everything with you.
Yes, me too. And it was so funny because we met actually at your, I guess you could say gallery, right? It was an art gallery.
Yes, it was gallery and it was my first solo exhibition. And thank you again for coming. Thank you again.
Yeah, it was amazing. Like basically the background of how we know each other is my partner. He is a freelance photographer. So he basically used to work with you a few times. And so that's how you guys know each other. And then he saw on social media that you have your first solo exhibition. And then we had like a free evening and he was like, should we go? And I was like, yeah, I would love to go because I love visual art. And so we went and I met you for the first time and I also saw your art for the first time because I think I told you, but I don't use social media. I mean, Instagram. So I have never like seen your social media myself, but basically, yeah. So I didn't even know. So I met you for the first time and the art that you have, that you had there is like, I think a mixture of acrylic and I think a bit of oil you said as well, right?
Yes, it's acrylic oil and sometimes like acrylic medium and gel and all this stuff. Yes.
Yeah, and it's so exciting because it
Usually,
was, yeah, your first solo exhibition. So how did that, I mean, for people who don't know you, um, what does that art mean to you? I really loved how it looked like. So why did you feel like you wanted to create more visual art? And why did you feel like a solo exhibition would be interesting for you to do?
actually, it's really, how can I say this? Really a natural way for me to, how can I say, continue my previous, how can I say, maybe life. Because when back in Ukraine, I still have my own photo studio. So I made it with my parents, which helped me. We all made renovations by our hands. So it was always about like a creating stuff and like a design and everything like that. And when I came to Japan, of course, my studio back in Ukraine, it's there. So basically, I stopped do this kind of stuff like a designing, changing location, and painting the walls, doing texture on them, and everything. So I stopped to do this, and actually I got bored while I'm in Japan, and I'm working here, and I just realized that I want to start doing something with my hands again. So I was thinking the best way, how can I do it? Is to start to paint on canvas because before I did it on my walls in my photo studio, and then now I'm doing it on canvas. And actually, I also did photography maybe around 6 years. So it's all things that I do. It's usually about creating something. So just painting on canvas, it become just like a natural, just another step in the same way, something like that.
I see. That's so exciting. And I told you as well when I was in your exhibition that I used to paint as well with acrylic and oil, but you paint with your hands. So can I ask you why you choose to paint with your hands?
First of all, yeah, it's everything connected to my photo studio because it's a long story, but yeah, since we're doing this talk, I will tell you. So my college, I finished college, which my profession, I don't know how to say in English properly, but it's about engineering and making buildings. So, and of course, when you're studying, you're also studying, how can you practice on the walls, like a painting, making texture, plastering, and everything. So it's included in studying. Of course, you're doing like a maths and everything, but practice from the start. So you have to understand like an engineer how to build building, and of course you have to understand like a most simple, most basic things. Yeah, so that's first when I started to do this, and then I did my photo studio. So every time I was doing this with my hands, and I don't have uh, like a no art education, so it's more about yeah, I was practically engineer, so nothing about art. Of course, it's connected with the architecture, but still. So I always did with my hands. So on the canvas, I just did the same way as I did before. Yeah.
Wow. And wait, so that's interesting. So you had like engineering, you studied engineering for, I guess, for buildings. I also don't know what that means in English. I mean, how to say it in English. But then when you
Yes.
did
Yes.
this stuff on the wall, did you realize that you like doing that?
Yeah. I realized that it's really fun, and how can I say? I was sure I can make like a location, like a background that I really want, and I can do it by myself. Because since I did photography, and when you're doing photography, when you're starting, of course, you are also um, directing all scene. So it was about clothes and makeup and setting location and everything that stuff. So it's all kind of connected. Uh, yeah. So sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, basically when
I
you
forgot
were
what.
studying, you were like, because you know you're not an engineer, right? So that's why I'm asking as well. It's like, did you realize engineering was not for you, but you enjoyed the creative aspect of it?
Yes, exactly, exactly. So it was basically like it's close to architecture. Architecture more about imagination that you can do some project and make, I don't know, some crazy building or something like that. But actually, if you're working as a simple, um, like a regular work in my city, for example, in Ukraine, you don't have actually a lot of opportunity to make something special. Yeah, and it's about architecture. So my profession, it's more about math, more about like not that creative as I saw it before. Yes, so but still, I like this part of creating something new from zero. So yeah, that's why I realized so making something by myself, by my hands, and yeah, it's kind of art for me. Mm. Yeah, so I just left part like which is not interesting for me and continue to do this kind of thing.
Yes, and that's amazing because I think most people, when they're very young and you start studying, you actually don't know what you want to do. And then sometimes you know, or you think you know, and you start studying, and then you realize this is not actually for me, you know? So I love that you still found then what your direction is and what you don't like, so that now you can do what you do like. Um, but I think it's interesting as well because art is obviously like a creative expression. And so everyone, I think every artist does something else with their art. But I feel like when I was in your exhibition and like, I think you explained to me and my partner, like, because there was one painting that was quite dark. I mean, all of your, I want to say all of Tamara's artwork that I saw was quite edgy. Like she has an edge to her art. So guys, please look it up. It's in the video description. I linked her stuff down there. But basically, Tamara, even though it's very colorful, and I think some of the paintings even were like inspired by like flowers, if I'm not mistaken, and there was also flowers that you put
Yes, yes,
there,
yes.
but then she will like literally pierce or like put some like cool like spikes and like piercings and like through the canvas and like through the flowers, right? So I love that so much. Like my inner gothic heart, because I used to be like in a gothic kind of scene. I love that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I love that stuff. It's really, really cool. And the contrast, like between the colorful, beautiful, like feminine, and then like the spikes, I thought that was so beautiful. So do you always like that kind of like edgy kind of twist?
Yes, this one. Actually, I love it. This is my most favorite part in 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 our life. Like this duality thing that something can be cute, but it is at the same time, as you said, edgy. So I like this duality thing, and I want to show this to other people also. So you don't have to be like a just one particular, like a maybe style or image or something. So you can add a little bit spice, just a little spice to everything. So, for example, if just a simple example, for example, if I am wearing really feminine long dress, really like a classic, but at the same time, I'm using my piercing, which is kind of edgy, as you said. So this is the best match for me. So same for my paintings. It's all about our duality. So if we are trying to something, I don't know, like a keep our image only like a one front, yeah, like just one way, but actually we can be just like this, just like that. It's always people, they're always changing mood, they're always changing their styles and everything. So yeah, my art is also about that, and I always trying to put, so it's really cute, really colorful, and I don't know, a little bit sunny, but I want to put spike there, and like I want to put piercing there, so it will become more alive and more like our life. So it's also good moments, bad moments, and everything. It's all mixed. Okay. I don't know.
Yes.
It's difficult to explain in
No,
English,
you're
but
explaining it really beautifully. I understand fully what you mean. And the duality that you talk about is so Japan as well. I mean, we both live in Tokyo, and Japan has such a kawaii culture. And like, the everything. I mean, we have such amazing subculture here, the cute kawaii culture, Harajuku culture, fashion culture. And at the same time, the Lolita fashion, but then you have the gothic Lolita fashion, for example. So there's always like a twist in a
yes,
lot of
yes.
Japanese artwork as well. And, I love that. And then you had like this one artwork that what I wanted to say earlier is like it was quite dark. And I really loved that one too. It looked like a smoky, like black and white, I think. And my partner and I, we
Yeah,
really
yeah.
loved that one. And then you said, I think it was about that artwork. You said that you were in a dark place when you created that one. And you said that it like represents some emotions for you. So you were going, I think, through a hard time. Like, can you talk a little bit about how your pain, I guess, like reflects in your art?
Ah, yeah. It's actually really easy to explain this one because that painting which you're talking about, this name of that art, the name of that piece, Storm. So basically, yeah, it was a little bit hard time for me because I recently came from Ukraine to Japan, and it was all new. And you know how hard it's to fit here. Of course, it's a beautiful country and everything, but as a foreigner, that there is a lot of moments and nuances that you have to go through to just make your life, I don't know, like a feeling that you belong here. Yeah, it's complicated, I think. So at that time, I was thinking, what should I do? Because it's still like a war in Ukraine. So what should I do? Should I go back or should I stay here? And like it's kind of difficult here, but I like it. So yes, it was kind of like a storm, and I understood that I have to forget my previous life there because I have to start my life here already. So there was a lot of confusion, and I wasn't sure what is better, what is like this, that, and in the end, yes, this painting was about like these dark parts, which was like a representation of my, yeah, like a dark mood in that time. And also I put there like a more white part, like this storm. When storm finishing, it's become more clear and more light. So the same feeling for me. I felt like this storm. Yes, I feeling now bad, really bad mood and like a difficult situation. But I know it will become clear. It will be better and soon. So it was painting of my feeling at that moment.
Yes, I love that. I can relate a lot. I mean, not to the Ukraine part. I want to ask you about that one too, but do you feel like once you paint your emotions, like let's say if you feel like negative emotion and you paint it, do you feel like you feel better while you're creating art or afterwards?
Yes, this is actually a good question because usually people saying, for example, this is kind of like a art therapy, right? There's art therapy which people like a painting and they're releasing kind of like a bad emotions. But I don't think it's always true because sometimes of course, I'm trying to focus only on creative things when I'm painting, but sometimes I had a feeling like, oh, is this painting turn out good or not? So of course I kind of have a relief that like, oh, I painted my emotion. Yes, now I feel like this. But after that, like sometime later, I'm thinking, will people like this painting or not? So something like that. So at the start, yes, I feel like relief and I'm feeling better. But after some time, maybe week or a few, I'm just started to see this painting just a little bit different way. Yes,
Yeah, I think I know exactly what you mean because like when you create something and it's your newest thing that you created, you always think like in the moment, oh, that was good, you know? And then like a few weeks later or like a year later, you look back and you're like, what was that? Like that was so bad or that was so stupid. Like, you know,
yes,
like you change as a human. So like I feel like it's always like that. When I look at my makeup or something, you know, from years ago, I'm like, what did I think?
yeah,
When I look at my fashion, I'm like, what was that? Or even like I'm sure with this podcast as well, I just started, but I'm sure like in 6 months, I will look at the first video and be like, what was that? You know? But I think that it's so normal. And I think you have to kind of put it out because it's like in that moment, it's authentic to you. So it doesn't really matter if anyone likes it, you know? I mean, it might matter for maybe financial reasons if you're looking for people who buy the paintings or buy your artwork. And then, of course, it does matter. But at the same time, like as an artist, I think you should just, or as a creator, you should just create, you know? And if like the right people like it, then they will like it, you know? And I don't know. So
true.
I loved it. Like I thought it was really beautiful. So, and really cool. And so, and yeah, so I wanted to ask you as well about the Ukraine because when I was in your exhibition, there was like a introduction about you that I read that you came to Japan first when you were 19. And I think then you went
Ye-
back to the Ukraine and I think now you're back in Japan. Can you tell me a little bit, when did you come first, like to Japan and how was that?
Yes, so it was when I was 19. It was my first model international model contract. I went abroad that far first time, and I did a pretty good job. So I did a lot of shootings, and it was really fun. So I realized that, oh, I love this place. I like it. I love it. And yes, so then I went back home, and then I went again to Japan, and again I went maybe 4 times. Yes, in the really short period of time. And then I saved some money from this job, and I back to Ukraine and starting my photo studio. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So with the money that you made from the modeling, you financed your photo studio in the Ukraine. Can you tell me a bit about that photo studio as well? Because What kind of photos did you take the photos as well, or were you the model?
Yes. So, as I said before, it's a long story, but I will try to make it short. So, everything started when I was 15, and my friend had a camera, and I was really how can I say I was really interested. I was like, why? How it's working? It was really big camera, so I didn't have at that time. I didn't have like such a big camera, like a professional camera. So this my friend, he introduced me to photography, and I started to ask for this camera on the basic yeah, almost every day I try to ask him like if he can borrow me. So I started to do pictures of people, of like a nature around, and it was so much fun. So in the end I realized I really like photography. So after I started to go to my college, I still continued to do photography. And then I was thinking, if I like it so much, so how can I make this is my job? Because I really like it. So I want to do this, not my college thing. But of course, like a college also was really nice. It was a good brain exercise, as I said, because if you're going to college, you're socializing, you're studying new things. So it's still good. I'm not saying that it was no meaning. No, there's a lot of meaning, but still, yeah, about photography. So I really like it. And I continued to do photography. And then I started to do it as a job, to do some shooting for people. I started from really simple one, like a family shootings. Of course, not fashion from the start. Yes, some, I don't know, maybe like a cosplay things, my friends and everything. Yes. And in the end, I started to get more jobs and more and more and more. And then I was thinking, maybe should I started my own photo studio? But I didn't have finances, yeah, finance for this at that moment because I was young and yeah. So I was thinking, what can I do? And at that time, of course, I like to do picture, and I also love it when people do picture of me. So in the end, I think I just got my portfolio because I have a lot of shooting for myself, for people. So my portfolio, and I use it to find my first contract, like abroad. Yeah. So
Wow.
yeah.
Wow. And do you still enjoy photography? And is that photo studio still there in the Ukraine?
Yes, and this photo studio, yes, it's still back. Yes, it's still working actually, and it was pretty good. And it's one of the biggest one, or maybe the biggest one in my city. My city named Mykolaiv. Yeah, it was a really old building. I was searching for really nice light, like a daylight. So it's a really huge window, like a 3 meter and 3 meters. So it's really huge one. I rented 700 square meter, and
It's huge.
yeah, so it's really huge. Yeah, and I still didn't use all space. So my idea was to make a huge photo studio, biggest one, like I don't know, biggest what I can, and it was going really well. This studio, it's become really, I think it was success because from the morning until the evening we had the clients, so it was really busy. Yeah, and it's still there. So I did this photo studio with my money from modeling, and still it was kind of not enough. So renovation and everything, as I said before, I did myself, and my mom helped me, my father. So we all 3 people did it, and yeah, it turned out really well because we had a lot of clients. Of course, from the start it was few, but then more and more. And my studio already, I think I opened it. Maybe it's already 7 years. It's existing already 7 or 8 years. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Like you have such an entrepreneurial mindset. And it's really cool that your parents, they kind of supported you and everything. So do you guys have do you have any siblings? Are you the only child? And do you have a good relationship with your parents still today?
Yes, I have a really good relationship with the parents, and I'm really grateful that they helped me. And by the way, I just want to say about entrepreneur mood. So yeah, actually, I really like to sell stuff, really good stuff. I like to do like good quality things and then people enjoy them. And this is the best feeling. This is the best feeling for me. So that's why sometimes like my creative part and my entrepreneur mode, they collapse like this. And of course, I like to do like a painting and everything. But then I'm thinking, should will it sell well or something something like that. So
Yeah.
kind of it's hard to keep this balance between this because I really like I really like to sell things. I don't know.
No, that's amazing. That's really amazing because I think most artists don't. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of people that I meet who are very creative, they like the creation, but they don't like the business aspect. And I think you like both. And I think you're good at both of it. It sounds like you're enjoying both. And that's like, I think that's why the photo studio as well, because you are good and your skill is good, but then you also actually care about the business. And I think that's why it's still successful and it's still going on. I mean, that's really, really cool. And what do you like? Why is it the best feeling for you when you sell something good? Like, how does that make you feel?
Yes, this makes me feel that I did something important because my product, for example, when I did Photo Studio, I did it Um, first, of course, for me, first of all, because I was searching for some place, some fashionable, and at that time I was really young. I was 21 when when I opened my photo studio, and other photo studio there was, how can I say it, a really bit like a mm, like a not so cool for me. For as 21 years old, I was thinking that studio they looks not cool. Yes, so this was my imagination. So I really wanted some like a fashionable place, like a minimalism and everything. Because at that time, I don't know what in your country, but in my country at that time it was like an old studio. There was like a too many decoration, like a too catchy, and you can't make something, I don't know, something cool, like something more like fashion, because there's a just decoration, they not matching. Yeah, so I decided to do something special for me for 21 years old, who I had my image, and I tried to do this, and it's become really nice and people really love it. So when I realized that the people enjoying it and they actually thankful, they are really thankful for me, because every time when people started to come to my studio, they say, "Oh, so big, so nice, good lighting, and such a nice decoration, and the pictures really nice, and blah blah blah." So and I realized, oh, this is it. This is why I should leave. This is, yeah, this is great. To make something nice with a good quality and people will enjoy it and will be thankful for that. This is the best feeling in the world.
Wow. No, that's so inspiring, because it's like it shows that when you really love something and you really are passionate about something, that's when also other people can feel it. And I think that's why a lot of people, when they do a job, any job that they don't enjoy, I think people can feel that. And I think when you love something, there's a high chance someone else will love it too. So that's kind of what I'm also trying to tell myself. Like, let me talk about things that I enjoy because I find this stuff interesting. So there must be someone out there who also finds it interesting. I want to talk to you because I think
Sure.
you're interesting. So I'm sure there will be people who find you interesting too. Do you know what I mean? So I try to like go by
Yeah,
that as well because then it's successful for me. Even if it's a few people only who listen and who like it, that's for me as well. That's a success. So yeah, I feel
true.
that. I love that how you say it's like the reason that you're living basically as well. Is that do you feel like that's the meaning of your life?
Yeah, I think so. Because when I'm trying to do some other things, it's not that enjoyable. Other really, I did a lot of stuff and try a lot of stuff, but this is the best. Yeah, when you're making something like a good quality and you really try to make it nice and you giving it to other people and they're saying thank you, the best.
Amazing. And so, I want to ask you as well about your modeling. So, because I've modeled a little bit in Japan when I was younger as well. I think not as much as
I
you.
think actually. Yeah, I'm sorry, but you can continue now also. I think you can do modeling now easy for sure. You
No,
can
girl,
do it
I'm
right now also.
I'm 31, but
For
I'm too
sure.
old for the modeling industry. But I think no, I think if you I think if someone wants to, they could. The thing is, I tried it out and I didn't like it much. Like there was some photo shoots I enjoyed, but I was never super professional. I did it as a side job, and I didn't like how. For me, I want to see how know how you felt about it. But for me, when I was modeling in Japan, this is like when I was 19, so it's like 12 years ago. But it was very shallow, and I
Mm,
think that the men who were in these auditions, like I always found them very disgusting, and I felt as if the models, like I'm naturally thin. Like I know that's not normal, but for me, like I was always thin. I never had to. I can eat as much as I want. I will not gain weight, but for most models, that's not reality. So a lot of those girls, they have eating disorders. They're not eating properly. And so I could feel the pressure on the other girls as well. And then I feel like auditions are so is it even called audition? I forgot what it's called. Like when you go for a job and then there's like 20 girls and they choose a girl,
yes.
right? Like for me, I hated that. Like I hated like you get rejected a lot as a model. It's very, very hard work. I know
Yeah.
people think it's like just a random whatever, but normal models who are not famous from the beginning, it's such a hard job, and like you're competing against so many beautiful women and guys, and it's just, I mean, to me, it was so difficult to like get rejected a lot. And then you have to stay kind of confident and you have to love it to keep going, because I didn't love it. I actually liked it. The photo shoots I enjoyed the most were just hair salons. It was so relaxed. It was so chill. They
Mhm.
are very like cute. They give you like a cute outfit, beautiful hair. Like, Japan's like hair salon is very like cute. So I kind of enjoyed those much more. But um
Yeah.
yeah, so tell me, how is it for you? I think you're still modeling. So what do you think about the modeling industry in Japan?
As you said, I'm totally agree with you. And if you are working here is an international model, you of course working every day, and you are not choosing your jobs. Agency choosing for you, and you can't say no. Basically, usually, you have to have a big reason to say no for a job, even if you don't like this job. So when I was at 19 and I came here first time. Yes, as you said before, I felt the same. I was really sad when I getting rejected. Even if it's not about looks, I don't know. For example, they are searching for blonde, and at that time I had a brown hair, but still they tried to push me in the audition. So I came, and they said no, and I was like, what? And I don't understand Japanese, and I feeling, and also I understand that I'm not getting this job, and of course I'm feeling down. And this, as you said, like how many your weight, how many times you're eating, blah blah blah. So this all the stuff you said, yes, I'm totally agree. And I felt the same as you, I think, at that time. But still, what was going in my mind? So I was thinking, I don't have to do this all the time, because actually I want to open my photo studio. So I'm just here. I'm enjoying my time. I'm doing this, but this is a not main things. I'm doing this for for my studio. So I don't have to be so sad about it. But still, of course, I was, but not that much, because I have a different plan. So this plan was saving me from these hard emotions. Of course, not all the time, but yeah.
I see. So
And now
yeah,
when I'm working,
sorry. Yeah, go on.
yeah. So now when I'm working here as a model, but it's a different, because I'm not international model anymore. I live here. So I have my resident card, and I am with agency, but now I can choose my job. I can choose my schedule. And even if I'm going to audition, now I don't care. If they don't choose me, they choose me, I will try my best. But I understand that they sometimes not choosing me, but still it's okay. So yeah, it's changing with the time. But yeah, I understand everything that you felt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's not your main thing, and that's why you don't care too much anymore. You're just kind of having fun. You're not taking it too hard. It's like when you said about the photo studio and you were basically doing it for money as well, that it had like a purpose for you, right? Like you had a goal. You're such a businesswoman, by the way. Like you're such a business mindset. So you were like, I'm gonna have that like photo studio. So that's why I'm gonna do this right now. Um, so I think that's why maybe. But I'm imagining if there's so many girls who it's their dream. This is their only dream. And they have to work so hard. And I also heard that a lot of girls, when they go to the like fashion weeks, like the big shows,
Mm.
the very big shows, like what is it called? Like the
Yeah.
designers and stuff, that they don't pay them, right? And the pay as a
Yes.
model as well, it can go all of a sudden you can get some good money and then sometimes you don't get a job for 2 weeks or 1 month and then you have no money for 1 month or so it's very fluctuating. And these big designers that don't pay models, I mean, that's the worst, and like I don't want to even think about like the poor girls, who are there. But yeah, it wasn't for me, but but for you, like out of everything you do, and I think you're also doing like cosplaying. Um, is it like which one, like you do so many different creative things. What do you enjoy the most right now?
I think even about cosplaying, I'm not doing that much, but just sometimes, just for fun. But I'm enjoying right now the most. It's like for sure I'm enjoying building my new life in Japan. So I have a lot of plans for my business and everything, and I'm just getting there. So for now, I'm enjoying my way because I have my plan and image that I want. So I'm just enjoying my way. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. So you
But
already have like a next step, a next idea. Do you want to share or is it still a secret?
yeah, I can share, of course. And by the way, I just want to say about modeling that actually I'm enjoying modeling right now too, because as I said before, I like when you're doing like some nice stuff and people thankful for that. So now when I have a modeling jobs, I try my best. How many years went and now I'm doing like a shoot. I know how to show the clothes. I know that I have to be on time. I have to, like, I don't know, thinking fast and do everything fast. I'm usually finishing my shootings more fast than schedule. Everything nice. Everyone saying, oh, so good. But I know why they're saying this because I'm really trying my hard. And I try my best and I think they feel it also. So that's why I'm enjoying this modeling now too. Yeah.
I
So
love
they
that.
choose me. I appreciate that they give me job and I will try my best. And yeah, so always I'm working with this mindset and that's why it's now feels more nice than it was before. And of course, because I'm choosing my own schedule. Yeah. Sorry.
That's good.
Your question about, yeah. So yeah, just want to say,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and, for other plan, I think in the future I want to make brand, not the clothes, not about clothes, but about like headpieces, like a scarf and everything. I want to combine my art, this with what I'm painting. So I just want to print my art on the maybe silk on or something. So and then it will become clothes. Well, maybe in the future clothes, but for now it's headpieces. So I want to connect it and make it brand. So I can do business
Wow.
again.
Wow. I'm so
So
surprised
this is a
again.
plan.
Yeah, that's a completely different thing again. Like you have so many visions. I love it. Because in your exhibition you had like a headpiece. It looked so cool, like a silky kind of
Ah, yeah, it's my
70s.
headpiece. Yes,
Yeah, that's so
yes, I did
cool.
it. Yeah. Thank you so much. You noticed this is a really nice scarf because I made it. Yes, this is my first scarf that I made. This is from real silk, and I order print my picture that I did some time ago, like as a photographer. So I did it black and white. Did some retouch. They printed it. I ordered to print it, and it became scarf. So
Wow. So do you mean you want to put your own artwork on it as well, like the things that you paint, your paintings?
yes,
Wow,
yes.
that's so cool. Yeah, because it looked really cool. Like it reminds me of the 70s, like when the woman had these like beautiful, I
Mhm.
don't know what it's called, but it looked so cool. And
Like
I
a
think
bandana.
yeah, yeah, bandana, yeah. Yeah, 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 so cool. It's also a bit like 2000s, Y2K.
Exactly, exactly. You know, you you
Yes.
understand. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, I love the Y2K. I love that it's back as well because it was such an iconic thing. And like for a while after it, and the trousers that you have like low pants, I guess. And then the little bags, I call them like bitch bags, the little bags. Like I had that like a red little, it was like red, and I had like my denim like low, and like it was like that was the vibe at the time. And then like after that, of course, the high rise, it came back, and like the fashion changed again. And then we looked back at the pictures and we were like, this is so ugly. Why did I ever wear this? And now like we look back at it again and now it's cool again, right? So it's like fashion always like comes and goes. And yeah, that's so, that's so cool. But yeah, I love that fashion.
I,
It's like,
if you like it, I would love to give you one of my scarf because I already have some. So I will give you the next time, please. If you will meet, yes, if you like it,
yes,
for sure.
yes, for sure. Please share with me. And like, also, last time I was there with you, you said you have like I don't know when this episode will go up, so maybe it will be after, but you will have like an immersive art experience thing, like an event. Can you talk a little bit about what you're
Yes.
trying to do there? Because it sounded really crazy as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It must be really interesting event because, of course, there will be my paintings, like a like kind of like exhibition. But this is an event space, so there will be also DJ, and I will do body art live painting. So there will be model, and I will do my like a painting with my hands and with my fingers, as I'm doing always with my art. So now I will do it on the body of the model. Yeah. And then there's also dance performance. Dancer, of course, not me, but other dancers. And yeah, so this kind of event.
Oh, that sounds so cool. So when you said body, I thought you're going to paint with your body, but you're painting on the body of a different model. Wow, have you ever done that before?
Yes, I done it too few times, I think. So must be something interesting. I will do something special for this event.
That's so cool. Like, I hope we can go. Like, me and my partner, we were talking about it. So I would love to support you there as
Please
well.
come. If you have time, please come, guys.
Yes. And then I wanted to ask you one more time about the Ukraine and everything that's going on right now there. And like I'm sure you said like you enjoy building up your life right now in Japan and like creating your life here. And me too, like I'm creating my life here as well right now. Again, it's my third time that I moved to Japan. So in different parts of my life. And now I want to stay here forever. And I wonder, like, how do you feel? Do you want to stay here forever? Do you miss the Ukraine? Are you worried about I'm sure you're worried about the situation there. And do you ever like miss it? Do you want to go back? Do you want to?
Of course, I miss it. I miss it really much. Everything, my family, my friends, my previous life, like a studio and everything. And just want to say that with the war, my studio and my brand of camera backpacks, which I also did with my family, it was going really well. But after war, everything collapsed. As you know, like all businesses went down. When war coming, everything stopping. So it also went down. So now it's of course still going, but still not that good. So I miss that time when everything was good, nice, peaceful, and sometimes I want to go back, but I'm realizing that I can't go back to my previous life as it was before. So I have no choice, and I have to start to build something new. I was thinking to go back. Maybe I was in Japan around 1 year, and I was thinking maybe should I go back? And I went there one time, and it was so dangerous, and there was the drones and everything. So I was scared again because I evacuated from my city, went to by train to Poland and from Poland to Japan. Yes, and then I came back again and still it was really dangerous there. So for after that visit, maybe I'm not sure if I will go back, and because already spending so much energy and time here in Japan studying Japanese, making like a new friends and making new life here, like yeah, starting new business and everything. So if I will build here everything, I'm not sure if there is a reason to go back to Ukraine after that. I don't know, of course, because I still miss my father, for example, my stepfather, my grandmothers, my friends, and food. Yeah, so but still, now I'm not sure. And I want to thank, of course, Japanese government who helped with visa that Ukrainians can stay some time here longer. But in the end, this visa will, of course, end, and I have to realize like what should I do? Stay here or going somewhere else or going back? But I still have time to decide. But maybe, as you said, I will also try to live here, but I will try. Let's see.
Wow, so
Let's
you're
see.
here on a refugee visa?
Yes, I came here to first like as a refugee. Actually, there's a no refugee for us. It was like an evacuated person. It was like a new, yes, new thing that they made just especially for Ukrainians. But in the end, our visa changed to refugee visa. So now I have refugee status.
Wow, but then the visa, of course, it will end at one point, and you're saying you need to kind of think, okay, what kind of visa should you switch to next because it has an end, right?
Yes, yes, exactly. So if I want to stay here, of course, I have to um, be with a stable job, like blah, blah, blah. So I already have a job, but still, this time while visa still, I have this visa, I have to think about a lot of things. Yeah.
Yes, yes. It's the visa thing is a whole thing in Japan. I mean, obviously everywhere, but the situation that I heard about that they gave the specific like refugee or those visas to Ukrainians, which is amazing. Because Japan, they're so closed off. So I think it's changing a lot as well, which is great. Um, but I hope everything goes well there for you. I obviously have not experienced war. I don't know what that feels like. The only time, I guess, but indirectly I've experienced a little bit was when I was working as a cabin crew, as a flight attendant, and I was on a flight from Germany to Dubai. And in the air is when the war started between, I think Iran was firing missiles to Israel. And in that moment,
Oh,
we were in the air above Iran. So then, like, basically, it was dangerous. And then the flight had to make a U turn, and we landed in Turkey instead. And everyone was panicking. It was like a German flight, and I was the only German speaking, like, crew. And I had to calm everyone down because if people panic on a flight, it's the worst thing that can happen. So I had to like keep them calm. So I had like indirectly experienced it, but not directly. So I can obviously not really speak about that, but it's scary, And so when I was in Dubai as well, I was like, this is crazy, and I talked with the captains about it too. And, it was very scary basically. And I decided to also for different reasons, but I was like, let me not do this job for long. It's also very tiring to always fly everywhere. And I travel to most places on the planet, and I don't like most places to live, Like it was amazing to travel, but I always liked Japan the most. So I was like, I have to go back. For me, Japan is so peaceful. And as a woman, as a girl, it's so safe. Like sometimes I do a night walk. I walk at night. Like you can never do this anywhere. Like I used to live in London. Like if you go out at, even in the even at 2 p.m., like something will happen to you, as a girl or whatever. So it's not safe. But Japan is still safe, and so I think at the same time maybe it's a beautiful like chance for you to also, because your Japanese is very fluent. I mean, you're much more fluent, I think, in Japanese even than in English. So you speak great Japanese, and now you learned everything. You got used to here. So yeah. I think it's maybe also a chance,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. But still, with Japanese language, I think I have to study a lot because I can do simple conversation, but they have, yeah, it's really difficult. I have to go to the school or maybe courses more. Did you went
Yeah, I
to the
went, and
school?
I just wanted to say, I can really, the best thing is to have a Japanese boyfriend. But then the second
Yeah, yeah,
best
yeah.
thing, the second best thing is to go to language school, because they will teach you why you say something like that. And I, I'm currently going to, like business Japanese, to polish up, because I have a corporate job. So I have like a normal day job where I have to be professional. So, I'm trying to be extra professional. So it's great. But yeah, just do it. I mean, if you have the money and you can go like once a week or something, even like I used to do it every day, it really helped me with my Japanese. It was hardcore.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, maybe I will try. Actually, I'm planning to do something like this because I still feel like my Japanese like not enough. I want to just a little bit more. Yeah, I want to study more.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Me too. I mean, I think everyone feels that way. It's so difficult. And even Japanese people, they don't know often. If you ask them, they're like, I don't know either why this is this way. Um, but yeah, Tamara, it was so amazing to talk to you. I'm so excited. It was really, really great to have a conversation with you. I will plug Tamara's stuff in the video description below, and you guys can check her out. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you so much, Janim. Thank you for inviting me. It was such a nice thing to talk to with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah, I love talking with people. That's why I'm doing this. But yeah, thank you guys for thank you guys for listening as well to the fifth episode now of the Kotodama podcast. If you like this conversation and you feel like you got anything from it, and maybe you had fun, maybe you learned something, it would help me a lot if you subscribe and like, and maybe share the video or comment. Tell me what you think. And thank you guys so much, and see you soon in the next episode. Bye.